goodness. Welcome to episode 42. I don't know how to say this, but sometimes when you do this type of work, when you're making videos for YouTube, you want things to work well. You want things to be all right and to be okay, so the people at home can enjoy the content and you yourself can enjoy, at least not worrying about the camera not being right, the sound not being right. The tripod I'm currently using right now is my old tripod. I had a newer tripod, but there was something wrong with it, and I noticed that the attachment that's used to hold the camera, this lovely thing that just wiggled, you can see it wiggling like this, it was loose. And I'm going like, why is it so damn loose? I'm trying to tighten it, and then I just noticed the plastic has been worn out. Oh my goodness, I wore out the plastic on my tripod. Luckily, I have my backup tripod, my old original one. But you're not here to know about my woes and my qualms and my whatever. You're here for NWA Power episode 42, The Spice of Life. If you've seen The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, finally I got that out because it's been 4 videos and I messed up 4 times because the damn tripod wasn't working. Anyway, was this a good episode at the chase? It was. It was very interesting to wonder where they're going, particularly that Scion had just talked about, I think, December 8th or something, or November 8th, or was it October 8th? He said something. But I will get to all this in a moment. Now, we got the interview with the Strictly Business, and they are asking, and that is not Kyle Davis. It was Tim Storm. They didn't want to put Kyle in that position because they know he's going to get his ass whooped. So Tim is in that position. And Latimer, I believe you see them right now in my face. Latimer is basically telling Tim, what you want to do? Why don't you get your damn hand out of my face? He doesn't say it basically like that, but he's taunting Tim Storm. And Tim Storm is basically going, you messing with me? You want to go with Scarface? You messing with me? You messing with me? Because Latimer's saying, what you gonna do, old fart? He ain't that old. How old is Latimer? He's in his early to mid-30s. Tim Storm's in his mid-50s. He's a little older than me. He ain't that damn old yet. But he pissed his ass off, and Tim's throwing off his jacket, jumping into the ring. Joe Galley jumps out of his seat, trying to calm everything down, and they were about to throw down. Camille was there. Aldous was not there yet. And you got Latimer and the Adonis about to go in and whoop his ass, and then Aldous comes out. You see him. He's like, stand down. Stand down. He's telling like a dad to kids, stop playing around, get in your damn room. He's telling them to stop. So that leaves you with 2 questions. Where is this going? Does this mean that Tim Storm has turned, well, not Tim Storm turned heel, but Tim Storm, because of the situation he was in, because Strictly Business was ready to whoop his ass, does this mean Nick Aldis has turned face? Where is Mickie James? Is she going to be involved in this or not? And should she be involved in this or not? I don't know yet. She is an executive producer just like Nick is. So the question is going to be, is she going to be involved in this? Will she be part of Strictly Business? Is she going to be by her man's side? Is she going to be involved with Camille? Because at this moment, Camille is still dealing with Melina. Melina had her moment. And she says, look, I got no problem with Camille other than she thinks she's hot shit. You talking? Really? She thinks she's hot shit. But at this moment, she's a good girl hot shit compared to a bad girl hot shit. And let's make this clear. She makes it very simple. You know, one of these days, someone's going to take the damn title from you. She didn't say it was going to be her, but I'm guessing that's what she wants. Until we get the hot mess of Chelsea Green. She's in my face. Why is she not like this on Impact Wrestling? Guys, I'm not saying that this would be great television for her to be on Impact as she was as Laura Van Ness and NWA as the hot mess. I'm not saying she goes back to Laura Van Ness. She is Chelsea Green. But why not bring a little bit of Chelsea over to the hot mess Chelsea over to Impact? Let it wet the whistles of the fans there. See if it will get over, and then you can write a story of her man, her fiance, or are they married or are they fiance? I believe her fiance, trying to calm her down, but then feeds into it himself by the time they get to Bound for Glory, and then they're both the crazy hot messes. Wouldn't it be more interesting to see a Matt Cardona act nuts with his woman? Wouldn't it be interesting to at least see if he has that range? I'm just saying. Now, the first match, which is the quarterfinals. No, not the... Yeah, the quarterfinals for the tag tournament has JTG and Kobe Colorado. I believe that's his name. But why? Why has it got to be Kobe? Wouldn't it have been interesting for JTG to work with Slice Boogie, a Bronx boy and a Brooklyn boy working together? Unless they're going to have a feud, which would actually be interesting. You got Brooklyn versus the Bronx. Wouldn't it have been interesting to see? Or hopefully it would go there. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of healthy feuding between the two barrels of New York City. But why not? Either team them up or eventually have them feud, saying, you know, Brooklyn ain't nothing. And then he says, I'm going to whoop your ass. And then whoops his ass. Because if you don't know, in the Bronx and Brooklyn, they don't have much of an attitude all the time. It's as I've always said, each borough has its own separate type of attitude. Brooklyn will beat the shit out of you, curse you out, beat you up again, and then get mad because they had to beat you up twice to get through your head that they like to beat people up. You got Queens who really think they're the hottest shit, and they'll beat you up as well, but they're not as bad as Brooklyn. And then you got the Bronx, baby. You got the Bronx who loves to curse your ass out, beat the shit out of you, and curse your ass out more than anyone else. They won't beat the shit out of you as much, but unless the guy or girl has lived in Brooklyn and then moved to the Bronx, and then they're going to do exactly what Brooklynites would do. They will kick your ass. They will they will curse you out, then beat you up 3 more times, and then they'll say, you pissed my ass off, I'm going to beat you up again. Don't think about Manhattan. Manhattan is, I grew up there. It's a little bit of everything. Doesn't mean it's good. Anyway, you got those two versus the Hawk area with the PJ and his dad, Luke. Now, JTG and Luke started the match. And Carano, there you go. Kobe Carano. I always mess up his name. I don't know why, because I can't stand his name. But Kobe Carano, basically, they ended the match. And the Hawks won. Honestly, I'd rather see JTG work with Slice Boogie or have a feud against Slice Boogie. I think it'll be interesting having a dynamic of 2 New Yorkers against one another. You don't... When have you ever heard of 2 New Yorkers in a promotion like this fight one another? Now, mind you, it isn't something uncommon because we got a lot of New Yorkers who are wrestlers, but this is NWA. And I don't think they generally have done it lately. So I want to see 2 New Yorkers against each other. Now, Tyrus had his moment with his crew. And they're responding to Scion. Pretty much saying, you know what, Tyrus? You got something, but ain't it enough? I breathe this business now. I live this business. You got kids, man. You're not breathing this business anymore. I'm not going to understand you. You're a dad. You're going to be like this. He doesn't say it directly like that, but I'm just saying, you're a dad. You care about your kids. You're going to make sure you got your money. You're going to make sure you got your payout. But I breathe this business. I live this business. I die this business. I got no family. My life, my family is this business. So when the time comes, and I think he said either December 8th or October 8th. I can't remember. You guys can tell me below. I will be coming for that title. And when I do, I'll make it easy for you so you can go and be with your kids, because once I have this title, you won't be away from them anymore. And then when you got the Titus crew together, and then making it very clear that Scion trying to get this, boy, we're going to snatch your bald head. In other words, they're going to take off the mask after he gets his ass whooped. That's what basically Tyrus as well as Black Cheese tried to make very clear. Yes, Austin Idol made it very clear as well. But you got two guys who like to try and show off a little bit in Tyrus and the Black G's. That is the way they styled, that is the way they did it, and that is the way it's going to be. Now the question is going to be, if they do have this match soon, if it's November, October, or December, I don't know when, the question is going to be, will the mask finally come off? Because Tyrus says, there's something about you. I don't know you, but I recognize you. He's trying to say there's something about him. So the question is, who is this individual? Is this somebody that is a former wrestler's kid? Or is this a former wrestler from NXT or Impact Wrestling or someone we don't remember or haven't seen in a while? I don't know. You guys tell me below. Now, Genocide versus Allison Kay. This, basically, if Genocide wins, her and the Blaze will get their shot at the women's title against Lady Hex. I believe that's what they call themselves. Let's put this in perspective. This was not about the match quality. Just like when it came to JTG and Corrado versus the Hawks, the matches were all fine. All the matches in this show were fine. There's no problem with them. But seeing this, it just hurts. You know why? This is Impact Wrestling, guys. Fuck NWA. This is what I hate about Impact Wrestling. They have very few women, and they throw the same women in the same places over and over again. And in this situation, the only way they're going to make this work, they have to do singles matches to build up into it. Instead of being tag teams, going up against each other, winning their matches, and then going against one another, eventually reaching the champs. Does that sound confused? Yes, because it pisses me off to see that NWA and Impact Wrestling have the same damn situation. They don't have enough women for their main title, and they don't have enough women for their tag titles. So now they're going to have to do singles matches to compensate, when they should be bringing in indie wrestlers to be jobbers for the current wrestlers you have on your show. This is how I see it. Make this quick. You got maybe 6 teams. Let's say you got 6 women, 3 teams. Why can't you bring some women in that are indie wrestlers, tag together, and let these 6 women, periodically, each one of them gets a chance at a new team that comes from the outside, that faces their women. So you don't feel like there's only 6 teams to work in NWA. You keep bringing in different women, or at least every 2 or 3 weeks, you bring the same women back, but face another team. You got 3 teams. If it's there, why not do it like that? Bring in some women. Let them get spotlighted on your show. Let them have some moments to talk with Kyle Davis. That is how you get it done. But no, just like Impact Wrestling, they don't want to bring any women in. And no matter if they had an extra show like Explosion, like Impact Wrestling, which they're not really showing much of, you got nothing here. And it doesn't make me feel good. And it's not about the match at all. The match was fine. Genocide won. Now the tag team are going to have it. Genocide and Blaze are going up against Lady Hex because of Lady Frost interfering. But still, it just shows how few women there are on the damn roster. Damn it, I hate this. Please, someone tell them. Bring in some women from the outside. Even you got to pay them a few $100s just to wrestle. Or just say, look, we'll show you on our show. If people really like you, if we get some good feedback from social media, we'll bring you back again. Why not do it? Now let's move on. Josias versus James Storm. And the match got thrown out. They kept fighting one another so much, the ref who messed up in 73, who got James Storm mad and he spit beer on him, it's the same ref, and you can see him in my face. He got so mad that because he kept hitting Josias more than 5 times, the ref had to stop the match. He shoves his ass to the floor. They go back to fighting, and pretty much everyone enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. You wonder where they're going to go with this when the sinister minister of the Father Mitchell is going to make something come up. There's got to be a stipulation that's going to make this interesting. But, my friends, you know what I want. You know what I want? You know what I really want? The Brother Storms, or the Brother Storm. Tim Storm and James Storm working together as a tag team. Put Tim Storm. Put James Storm. Say Mama Storm has a new baby boy. Not only the Tim Storm, she also has another son, then James Storm, who is going to make her proud by working with us. Mama Storm has now adopted a new child in a James Storm. You could do anything there. You could say, we're working together for the first time because, let me paint you a picture because there's not much here. You got James. You know what? I'm going to save this. I'm going to do a little book and the wrestler for you after this last match. Now, we had a 6-way tag team. I hate these. I hate a 6-way dance with tag teams. Why? What was the point? Were they going to be in part of the quarterfinals? As far as I know, no. Why was it a six-man 3-way match? Why? I guess this was about the story of seeing that you had Plunkett and Crimson, you had the Pope and the newly crowned champion in a Trevor Murdoch, and you got the end. This was about the story of Trevor Murdoch hurting his right knee, I believe it was right knee. And then you got Jax Dean trying to cash in when, yes, the Pope and him won. Because I believe the Pope won. Was it? Yeah, the Pope and Trevor Murdoch won. And I think it was the Pope who did all the major work once Trevor tried to jump off the top turnbuckle and he hurt his right knee. He was out. He couldn't walk. So Jax Dean came in. He grabs a ref, said he wants to cash in his moment, and then Crimson, I believe I got a shot of it. It's not a very good shot, but you do see Crimson trying to deck a Jax Dean. He decks him in the face. He's on the ground, and then Kyle Davis says, he says, Jax Dean is cashing in his moment to try and have his world title match. Then he gets decked. He hits the floor, and I believe I got a shot of that. And then he pretty much says, the cash-in has been canceled. And now this is what you get. Now, it's a good, interesting thing. You're going to wonder where they're going to go with Trevor Murdoch. He's now hurt, supposedly. Hurt. And I got to say, and I think I got a shot of it, you see Odinson run so hard into the post, hit his shoulder here. And pretty much he tumbles out hard to the concrete floor. Remember, that floor in the chase is concrete. With rug there is no mats. It was a hard hit. He took straight to the face and to the shoulder. Hopefully he didn't get hurt, because he went straight in hard. That wasn't funny. But you wonder where they're gonna go with Trevor. Will this mean that Strictly Business is coming after Trevor now, because he's probably gonna have a problem with his knee? Will Nick Aldis still be spotlighted in this respect? Will he try and keep control of Strictly Business? Will we still see Trevor Murdoch wanting to get Jax Dean? Or will Trevor Murdoch lose the title to have a tournament and Jax Dean could go after the person who's going to win that title? You never know. I don't know. Now, a little bit of extra. A little book in the wrestler tag team division. And this is about trying to team up James Storm with Tim Storm. Let's say that Tim Storm one day was on commentary and they say Sal Ronaldo was in trouble. He goes and helps Sal Ronaldo. Now, you could see that in this situation, let's say it was Strictly Business, and let's say that it was Tom Latterman who was coming after him and pretty much saying, you're nothing but a piece of garbage, you old fart. and he grabs a beer. He's beating up on him, but then he goes into the crowd, grabs someone's bottle of beer, and cracks it on his head. And then he hits the ground, and he's still beating up on him. But guess what? The person he grabbed the beer from was James Storm, baby. He is taking a break. He was relaxing with the crowd. He was talking with them. And then he get his beer taken. He jumps to the rail and the guardrail, and then he starts beating down Tom Latimer, where once Tim Storm recovers enough, he helps him up. And then you get like a segment, and he said, you know what? I ain't gonna let nobody just get beat up. That ain't right. But what makes it worse is that you took my damn beer, you bastard. Nobody takes the Tim Storm and throw him to the ground, and then the James Storm beer on top of that. Sorry for your damn luck. I'm gonna whoop your ass. And then James Storm has a match against Tom Latimer. He does. And you got Strictly Business coming in. Let's say at this time that Nick Aldis comes back as a heel, and he is beating up on the James Storm while Tim is on commentary again. And he says, no, I can't handle this. And he runs into the ring, and he helps James Storm just like Tim got helped. And they're beating everybody over, and they just gel so well like brothers. And everyone is cheering, Brother Storm, Brother Storms, Brother Storms, and everyone is cheering. And they reached a point where they can't ignore it. So next week, you see James Storm and Tim Storm going to have a match. You're going to see the Brother Storms come together, and Kyle Davis interview is going to be like this. He said, you know what, I've never teamed with this man. I've always respected him. I always thought he was a great NWA champion. I respect him, but I never teamed with him. And it's kind of strange that we both are the Storms, and you won't think that Tim and James Storm wouldn't work together. And this is what Tim Storm says. James Storm says, I never thought of having another brother and another mama. I'll go to Mama Storm and say, please let me be your son, because I got to be with this man and be the Brother Storm. And then they go together as the Brother Storms. And they start whooping everyone's ass until the next pay-per-view. You don't know which one it is. And then they win the NWA Tag Team Championship. And they become the Brother Storms, the NWA World Tag Team Champions. Yes, it's very short, sweet, to the point, but maybe you'll like it. Tell me if you do. And have a good day. Have a good night. And I will be doing my, I'm about to say NWA, AEW review. Peace.